everybody. We back at it again. It's your boy, recklessray Dinero. Back to give an update on the portfolio. It is November 20th, 2022. Winding down the year. Volatile week. Numbers is bad. Everything's red. The sky is falling. The portfolio has changed. You will notice that Ethereum has jumped a large portion because we made some moves. And we're going to get into what's going on with that. But first, we're going to go over the top 10. Starting with number 10, we've got Eurocoin. Number 9, Optimism. 8, GMX. 7, Frax. 6, Alchemix. 5, Bitcoin. 4, Atom Cosmos Hub. 3, AGEUR, which is obviously a Euro stablecoin. 2, Lido Staked Ether. And number 1, Ethereum. So what you will notice here between this week and last week, we went ahead and had to make some moves. We have removed our position in Ohm. I went ahead and killed that farm off. Reason being, it was projecting that it was going to drop down to basically 0% as far as what the yield was going to be, which honestly, if there's no incentive for me to hold something, I'm not. This is just business as far as that goes. So with as little time as we have left in the year, I am not going to pursue replacing that position. So what we've done is I've started my end of year protocol, which as we went over last week, we're going to be condensing down. So what I did was I broke that LP down into an Ethereum. So I took all those ohms, I converted them over to Ethereum, and I went ahead and shot that over to the ledger for cold storage because that's getting removed from the active portfolio. Those coins are. What we are doing, and this will be the part 2 of the strategy for all this stuff that I'm shutting down, it's going to get converted over into Ethereum, and that's going to be the long-term hold coin for this year. What we are going to do is we are going to move that over to Alchemix. So what I did was I sent it to the ledger. I took it and deposited it on Alchemix. Now, since the year hasn't started yet, the new year, which won't start till next month when I start tearing these things down, because all purchases in December are going on the next year's token. So this is my last entries into this portfolio before we shift into the new portfolio, which will be fun for you guys to watch because you'll get to see it fill up with stuff. It will just be earning, because when you deposit into your positions on there, it just earns. And the reason we are doing this is I am forcing myself to save my Ethereum. So the way that Alchemix works is when you take your 50% loan to value loans against your deposited assets, which gives you the list of the assets they'll let you leverage right now, which is basically ETH and stable coins. So you've got 3 different versions of ETH, and then you've got 3 stables that they'll let you do. So you can have a cash holding in there. You can do that or ETH. And so what we're doing, the play that we're going to be making for 2023 for the foundation of the portfolio is we will be depositing after we convert everything. We're sending it over to an active ledger. So I have 2 ledgers. I have one that's an active ledger that I'm using for stuff moving forward. So everything moving forward at the end of the year will get put onto that ledger for an added layer of security. But the caveat is for the new year, you always jumpstart with a little cash flow. And normally what I would do is I would sacrifice some of the earnings from that year and potentially not get them back. And so the reason we're using Alchemix is because this is a self-repaying loan. Now the game plan is, as I'm making money through the market, I should be chunking back to help pay this down by the end of the year. But in the advent that something goes horribly wrong, or I forget, this repays itself, and it gives you a projected time. From what I've heard, it's normally between 2 and 5 years, which is cool because it forces you to save it as it pays itself back, which is also convenient. You have the option to pay it off early, but if you don't, you still have that core asset under there, and you'll just get it back slowly, piece by piece. So what we're going to do is this year we're going to convert everything to Ethereum, and we're going to deposit it onto Alchemix. While we're waiting, it will be earning. And then what we will do for the initial bootstrapping of next year's portfolio off of whatever this active portfolio this year works its way down to is I will end up getting 50% of that, and that's going to be the startup capital for the portfolio for 2023. So with that said, we will have that sitting there, and then we're going to take the borrow on it. We'll start that position, and then we will see how next year works its way out. But this will be locked up, and it's going to force me to lock up all that Ethereum, and then I'm just going to be sitting on it, which will be good. So the way that things are shaking out right now, we are not going to be anywhere near all-time highs for Ethereum. So what I'm suspecting will happen is, even if I'm doing this the slow way, at some point when Ethereum gets back to all-time highs, we're taking the loan when Ethereum's value is low. When Ethereum goes back up, next bull run, it should make it so that it makes it pretty easy to take care of that loan with the gains that you make on the coins themselves. And then you'll walk away with some extra also. So that's going to be phase one. The other thing that we are playing with is a way to accrue additional coins, and that's with, hold on, let's see if we can look this up. Qcoin earn. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if they give us the info. Yes, okay. So Qcoin has this really awesome deal where they are doing dual investments. So the way that I move money into the market is I have a set amount that I put in. I normally use CashApp to buy Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin over to Qcoin. Over at Qcoin, I can convert it into Ethereum and then get it into the market, basically. But what I noticed was they released this new program where it's got these high APRs for one day in Ethereum. They do it with Ethereum and Bitcoin, and they do it either in Ethereum or with Tether, which is a stable coin. So if you look, the purchase, it gives you a very good definition of what this does. The purchase price will be in ETH. If the ETH price is greater than the target price, then the settlement will be in dollars, basically. So that's saying that hey, we're projecting, so for here it's 1,150. If it's over 1,150 in a day, then you get whatever this APR is broken down to that day in dollars. If the ETH price is less than the target price, then it settles in ETH, which means you get more Ethereum. Either way, you're getting this percentage. It's either going to be you get a few more dollars that you can continue to stack, or you get more Ethereum, which you can continue to stack. So as I'm saving up, I'm utilizing this, and you have to manually go in there and reset it every day, but it keeps me from having to move little bits of Ethereum into the market. So I can do this until I have a whole Ethereum, or however much I demarcate as hey, this is the point at which I'll move this into the market to do something with, which is cool because it gives you either you get a good deal. Actually, you get a good deal either way, in my opinion. So This is phase one where the money first gets in. Alchemix is where that Ethereum is going to go, and then it'll sit there, forced to save, but then I'll utilize 50% of it. So most likely for me personally, I probably won't be doing this, moving Ethereum into the market as fast unless I'm getting whole Ethereums. So that's just my personal preference. I don't like messing with a bunch of small transactions. It gets costly, especially if you're doing stuff on chain and the chain gets bogged down. But yeah, we had to let the ohm position go. We're starting to shut things down. I will have that cash position as well, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then, so unfortunately, Alchemix doesn't show you their farms and stuff before you actually connect your wallet to it to actually do transactions. But like they have a couple of farming positions in there that seem to be paying out in a pretty interesting fashion. So I might be doing a yield farming position on Alchemix as well next year. I'm still kind of playing with what all this platform has to offer, but so far I'm really liking what I'm seeing and the utility of just this simple play right here with the deposit, earn, and borrow. Like, it gives you the ability to do a little bit of extending of your money. So at this point, I look at it like you get to do fractional reserve savings. Like, you can take your collateral and you could expand it. So if you can go find another position, like technically speaking, you could do a like in kind where it's like you deposit the ETH, you borrow against 50% of it, buy some more ETH if you're intending, if you think the price of it's going to go up, and you could just do a staked Lido and Ethereum staked Lido, and it's like that would give you an additional kicker over the loan repaying itself. And if you just continue to repay the loan back, now when ETH's price goes up, you've in essence expanded how many Ethereum you have to work with. So like when the price goes up, makes that loan easier to pay back. So I'm super excited about that. I saw that they have some other farming opportunities within the platform that I will be utilizing. I will definitely be getting some of the governance tokens staked on there. Obviously, anything that I use, I go in on the governance token. That was the other thing. They're small positions right now because I haven't actually purchased any, but the curved out token, I'm heavily using that, and the CRX token, or the CVX token, I am also using the convex finance. So both of those will be getting actual positions next year. They're going on the list of things that I'm looking at putting money towards, because I use those platforms. I also, the stuff that I have over in Convex, I get those tokens as rewards over there. So I've been accruing them for free as well. So that's always fun. But yeah, so as far as that week, we did have that as a major shakeup of just, removing that ohm position. I just didn't see any farms that I was wanting to move to for 2 weeks, so I have started the teardown early, and so far I'm feeling pretty good about it. We will see once we start pulling and collateralizing those positions how that works out. But for right now, the coins are just sitting over there getting interest, which is cool because I don't have to mess with it. It's on the ledger. I feel that extra added layer of security. If you do not have a ledger, there is a link down in the description to get yourself a ledger. I am an affiliate for Ledger. I've got 2 of them. I love them both. I use them both. One a little bit more than the other, but they're very useful tools for an extra added layer of security, especially if you're utilizing these chains and out here in the DeFi space. You gotta protect your assets. With that said, those of you who are not in the bag chasers, you will be getting this on Wednesday, which is 72 hours after the Bag Chasers get it. So if you're feeling a little FOMO about the information that's going on here, then I highly suggest you join the Bag Chasers. That is the Anton Daniels Bag Chasers of AntonDaniels.com. The link for that is in the description. Also, if you want to support the channel, easy ways to do that are free. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all, because coming in 2023, there are going to be more videos. There's going to be more videos on other topics. There's also going to be lives. So everybody who, I've got a good chunk of people that are over here for these conversations. I've got a chunk of people over here that have seen me on other panels talking about other topics, and I've got people who see me on the Thursday show. I do a show every Thursday over on I Seen Your Little Podcast, talking about finance. That's finance in general. It's actually, we talk about very little crypto on that channel, but it's generalized finance. And then the other panels are politics, and basically it's politics, crypto, finance, and relationship stuff. But come 2023, I've decided I'm gonna start putting another layer onto this, because I do enjoy doing this. So I'm gonna put a little bit more effort into it, and we will be having more content, more shows, probably at least another live. I think I'm going to commit to at least one additional live a week on top of the Thursday show. So we'll see how that plays out. More equipment, hopefully, depending on if it's generating any type of income or you guys donate, which would be cool. But yeah, so lots of stuff going on. So it's definitely, you're going to want to go ahead and be subscribed. You definitely want to have the bell notifications on. For those of you who are looking for other ways to contribute, there are links to donate in the description. The donations do just go towards studio equipment. I actually got my first donation over this last Thursday on the show, so shout out to Sporties and Raz. Thank you, Jeff. They really, they blessed me on that show, gave me a donation, and I immediately, actually, it was the next day after I went to sleep, because I got those rolled in like at midnight or something like that. But I immediately went and got a new piece of lighting equipment. So, every donation that comes in turns into a piece of equipment. That's the way this is going to work. So I'm excited about that. We'll have that in. So hopefully rolling around to this Thursday, we'll get to have that set up and played with and, test it out. And you guys will get to see that donating actually manifests into real tangible things that you can see getting better. So with that said, I hope nobody fumbled the bag this weekend, and I hope that everybody's planning on making this next week better than the last week. And as we get closer to the end of the year, everyone's making plans and implementing practices that will make next year the best year of your life. This is Reckless Ray Dinero, and I am signing off. You guys have a wonderful week, and I will be convening with some of you on Thursday. Those of you who I'm not convening with on Thursday, you should come swing through on Thursday. I do post it on my YouTube channel, so make sure if you're subscribed, you have those notifications on, because I do a posting basically anytime that I'm live on anything. You will know about it now. I have the ability to do community posts. Also, interact with the community posts. That would be pretty cool too. It's free also. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful week, and we will catch you next week. This is Reckless Ray Dinero signing off.